Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another live stream. Today we are here at Luxembourg Findel Airport, and we are flying to Dublin in Ireland. So it's basically a capital hub, capital of Luxembourg to the capital of Ireland. We can see we still have the catering stuff on board, so first thing we're gonna do is release them. Cabin cleaning and after galley. Forward galley is arrival hold. Why is that? Oh, it's because of the cleaning team then. Okay. Yeah, so today we are flying offline because I was still not able to figure out the problem of the crash the desktops here. So I will now one by one basically deselect the add-ons which I have, so that I can figure out when, or if not, I have a crash the desktop. I'm just preparing all the stuff here. Because as usual, I forgot to select some stuff here. Okay, so the forward galley is now connecting, and we're waiting until they are finished and then we release them directly. Okay, so release. And then we can start our boarding process. So basically today we have 140 passengers on board. 140 passengers on board. The question is, we have the jetway connected. Where? Jetway, request release. Jetway? Why can I not start the boarding? Maybe I have to click this one? Nope. Oh yes. Oh, no, that was the wrong button there. So click it again. Okay, jetway's coming in. Okay, anyway, for the fuel, we have a block fuel of 8,426. And request a fuel truck. So the jetway is now connected. And start boarding. Weird. And for the cargo, we have 3.5. So let's make it 2,000 in the front and 1,500. Oh, okay. Well, then we need 1/6. Okay. Request all of them. I still don't understand why I cannot start the boarding here. So I am quite sure that we're gonna have a delay here today, but we will see. So flight time today will be about 1 hour and 42 minutes, and time until takeoff is actually 28 minutes. Okay. 140 passengers. That's interesting. We have a maximum of 126 only here in this PAX program. Okay, start. And check about the boarding status.
Yeah, how much longer do we have?
Yeah, okay, 19 minutes.
We're still boarding. Let us know if you need anything.
But that's still weird. Fueling start. Why can I not board? Oh, I have to call it? Really? No, 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 wait. This is stairs. PAX bus? Okay, you know what? I'm doing it a little different then. Doing it like that. And the forward carts are, of course, not arriving because of the fuel truck here. So let's see if today's flight is gonna work. I'm already at the airport for about an hour here. Connect ground power. By the way, flight level today will be 340. And the airport in Dublin is at 250, I think it was. Not sure. I'll have to check that later on. Fasten seatbelt signs to auto. Position lights to steady. Then we can turn on the... Oh well, actually we can... Okay, battery, that's fine. Ground power is fine. Galley power is on. Set this to align. Turn on the window heat, although it's not necessary. I think you have to turn that on every time. Not sure though. Turn on the PAX here to auto. And cabin temperature is slightly above 20, that's fine. And how about the boarding process here? Now start boarding. Okay, and go into the FMC. Position. So, next page. Okay. So we take the latest position. That should be fine. And concerning the route, we are departing Luxembourg. We are going to Dublin. Flight number is the LG4883. Let me see, is this working? LGL43 Delta. Oh, 43 Delta. Let's see. I think it's too long. Yeah, okay. Then I'll just take the Callsign, just in case. No, come on, I take the flight number. Runway for departure actually will be runway 06. And now we can also check 5 minutes, okay. 5 minutes left for the IRS to align. Whoops. Okay, so departure from Luxembourg will be the DIC 5 Tango departure. out of runway 06, as I just mentioned. And after that, we're going to fly November 852 via to Terla, and then Lima 608 to Dinant, Lima 610 to Lambert. That's just over London here. Then direct to Bravo Papa Kilo. Should be this one then. Or via Uniform November 601, we go to Leicester. And then via Uniform Papa 6 to Rodol. After that, via Uniform Lima 28, Leldo, and Mike 145 to Baxo. And then from there on, we gonna fly the Baxi 1 kilo arrival. Okay, so FS actions, check ground services. So fuel is still refueling. Okay, passengers and the after cargo is completed, so we can send them away or release them. At least that's how it's called here. And then let's check our weights page here in the flight plan. So we have a zero fuel weight of 52.8. 52.8. Oh no, we're here. There we go. Gross weight will be 61. Well, we have to wait for the finished part here anyway. Fuel, reserve fuel will be 2.4, and our cost index today is 48. Transition level is 6,000. Oops, 6,000. I'm not quite sure here. Let me see actually on the charts. Also, by the way, I read a lot of times that Navigraph might be responsible for crash the desktop, so I don't start the Navigraph app here. I also always have it on my phone. So actually the transition altitude is 4,500 feet, and we have cruising winds of 289 with 50. Why is this not? Oh, maybe because of the flight level here. 340. Okay, and now 289 at 50. There we go. Okay, we can release the fuel truck. And then we just wait for the forward cargo here. Okay, what happens if I click perf init request? Should be no change. Yeah. Fuel, by the way, we have 8.4, and according to the FMC we need 8.5, but we will see. We will see later on. Perf init uplink ready. Okay, yeah. But there is no change because I have, of course... Actually... Perf init uplink. Okay, what did you load? Flight level 400? No. Am I... No, there is no step climb, so we're flying 340. And we have a zero fuel weight of 52.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your
0.8.
flight attendant speaking. At this time, please resort to
Okay.
all large
Oh, that's weird. So the forward carts are now arriving. We can see that here they are coming. And the passenger bus is dancing. 114 passengers on board.
Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit.
You can see the
responsibilities
airplane
in
is
the car
like
and in
bumping
the front of you.
because
If
of the
you're not able
passengers
to
in the
comply
cargo
with
is
these
boarding.
actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way
Not
you
even
can
sure
be
if,
seated. You are free to
you
use
know,
the portable
I
electronic devices
completely
during the
loaded
boarding process.
the
We ask that
back
larger
part of the
electronic
aircraft.
devices are stowed once we depart from the gate.
So
Thank you and
let's
welcome.
see if there's... No, you cannot see that, okay. Well, the aircraft is not very long. I think if you're going to fly the Airbus A340 or maybe 737-900 and you just board the after cargo completely, then there might be a problem with the weight here. I'll say, okay, so we quickly board up the cargo. We still have 8 minutes left for the boarding process. So we are basically quite fine here. And we can check the payload. Zero fuel weight 51.8. We have 52.8 inserted. However, there's still some baggage coming in. So basically we have 1.6 of baggage coming in. Okay, we will just wait until we finished everything to change that completely. We have a derated takeoff, but a full climb. No, let's make it different. Do I need to have normal takeoff power? No, I think we're not that full. So climb 1 is okay. So takeoff, we will have a flaps 5 departure. Come on. These are the V speeds. Okay. Trim 6.02. And check the whoops. Check the come on. The temperature, okay, still slightly above 20, that's still okay. We just have to review this because I have the external air connected. But I have not yet started the APU, so we just basically have the outside air, which is cooled down a little bit, but of course it's not the same. So we don't need, well actually we can. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Wait a second. No, there's no change. Okay, so anyway, let's get back here into the departure brief. In the FMC takeoff page. Oh, we can even enter runway condition here. Acceleration height 1,500 feet and reduction is 1,500 feet. Climb 1 thrust. Engine out acceleration is 800 feet and we have no cell temp. We have 26 outside air temperature. Runway condition is dry. Well, I could look up the runway wind as well as the runway slope here, but that's not really necessary. We're not that heavy, so... And the baggage handling is almost over. Let's see. By the way, is the parking brake... Yeah, it is on. Okay, so battery switch is on. Emergency exit lights are on. Oh, come on, what is... Okay, this looks better. Okay. We can turn on the yaw dumper. Okay, turn on. This is everything set up. Alarm power is on. APU is not yet needed. Fasten seatbelt signs are switched to auto. Equipment cooling is on normal. These are off. And these are on. Dome lights check right. Flight recorder is still off. These are all on. Oxygen pressure. Okay. Can turn on the probe heats. Can turn on the electric pumps. Turn on the logo lights. Okay, and that's it so far. Let's get back here. Check the baggage. Okay, passengers are boarded, so we can release the passenger bus. And cargo is also done. We can release them as well. Release the stairs here. And check the payload page. So we have a zero fuel weight of 54. See, something is different here. I don't know, why is the aircraft moving? Flight level 340, wind is set. Load level, oh, it's actually 95% here. Okay. Takeoff, verify takeoff speeds, yeah, of course. Well, in that case, let's see. Let's just take a normal takeoff here with full thrust, just to be sure. 6.71. That makes me crazy that the aircraft is moving. 6.71. Trim set to 6. Okay. About 1 minute left for the boarding process. And as the fueling is done, what is? Oh, come on. Okay. As the fueling is done, we can turn on the seatbelt signs and check gear lever down. Thrust idle. Oh, by the way, thrust idle. Oh, MATDOC and PMDG. Okay, that's still set. I always have to verify that. Well, let's just switch it on just to be sure that we don't have any fog or icing.
We're ready to go when you are.
Roger.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 4883 with service to Dublin. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure
turn
that
on
all
the
devices are in airplane
flight
mode
directives
and your
here.
larger devices are now shut down and stowed.
Auto
If you
throttle
have not
keeps
already,
off.
please fasten your seatbelt and verify
We
it
set
is
the
well
heading
tied across your
to
lap. Your tray tables and seat backs must be in the full upright and locked position for departure.
our
Flight attendants,
departure
please prepare cabin
heading,
for departure and
just
cross-check.
in case we have to fly runway heading. Hi, Norder Strong. Ja, super. Schön. Sehr gut. Das freut mich.
Welcome on board this Luxair flight. May we have your attention as we take you on a journey through Luxembourg to show you the safety features on board this aircraft.
Can start the APU. And I don't know why the aircraft is bumping around here. I thought it's because of the boarding process, but apparently it's not.
Or in the first row, the floor area must be completely clear for takeoff and landing.
Did I do something wrong? Or why is the APU not starting? Did I start it?
When the seatbelt sign is on, you are kindly requested to fasten your seatbelt.
I think I didn't start
and
it.
pull it tight as demonstrated. To unfasten, lift the metal clip. For your own safety, we recommend to keep your seatbelt
lower
fastened
pressure,
during
okay.
the entire flight. This aircraft is equipped with 6 emergency exits, marked with the word exit sortie. 2 at
There
the
we go.
front,
APU
2
starting.
over the wings, and 2 at the rear. Illuminated strips on the floor lead to these exits. Please note the nearest exit. In case of an evacuation, please leave all your belongings behind. In the unlikely event of loss in cabin pressure, oxygen masks are automatically released from the cabin ceiling. In this event, pull one of the masks
Turn on the
towards
anti-collision
you
lights
to
here.
start the flow of oxygen. Press it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the
Okay,
elastic
ground
band
power
around your
off.
head and breathe normally.
And
Put
we
on your
can
own
release
mask
the air
before
conditioning
assisting
and the
other
ground power
passengers.
because we now have APU bleed. There you can see pressure's coming up.
An
We can
inflatable
now
life
turn on
vest
all
is
the
located
pumps.
under your seat. If instructed, remove it from the pouch and slip it over
Check
your head.
the thrust. Okay,
Wrap the
set
strap
idle.
around your waist. Attach
Auto
the
brakes
buckle and pull
RTO.
it tight.
Trim is set.
Only when outside of the
APU
aircraft,
start.
pull the red handle to inflate the vest. If necessary, you
And
can top
we
up
can
the
now
air
call
through
for
the red
pushback.
tube. The vest is equipped with a signal lamp, which will light up
I installed this program here
automatically in
again
the
because I
water.
think I don't have a problem with it.
During taxi, takeoff, and landing, please fold away your tray table and put your seat in the upright
Okay.
position. If your electronic device has a flight mode function, please enable.
Oh, and by the way, I need to remove the chocks.
Devices may be used during the entire flight. For safety reasons, larger devices such as laptops must, however, be stowed away for taxi, takeoff, and landing, and during turbulence. For further information, please contact
So I think I
the
have now
cabin crew.
everything set
This is
to
a
on.
non-smoking flight. Smoking in lavatories is strictly prohibited. This also applies to electronic cigarettes. Carefully read the safety instructions which you find at your seat. They contain important information in case of an emergency. Please
parking
comply
brakes are
with
set. You
pictograms,
may lift.
placards, and crew instructions at all times.
So we're now
On
getting
behalf of
lifted.
Luxair, we hope you have a great time on board in Luxembourg or
You're
anywhere
cleared for
else
start
we
and
might
push.
take you.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Brakes
Parking
released.
brakes are
We're
released.
prepared for takeoff.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Okay, so starting engine number 2. Can now set the altitude already to flight level 340. Oh, and by the way, I need to turn off the packs here. Because otherwise the engines won't start. Oh, come on. .340. Hi Henry, welcome to the stream. And engine number 2 is running up. can now start engine number 1.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Brakes are set.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Hi, Jeremy. Yep, something new.
Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
I always wanted to fly Luxair, so today I'm doing it.
Holding position, waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Never been to Luxembourg airport, so I have no idea if this is any realistic. It looks really boring, actually, but I have no idea how the real airport looks like, so I'm just using this freeware here. And engine number 1 is coming up as well, by the way. Okay, so... okay, everything is set up, so the engines are both running and stable. So I can now turn on the engine generators and turn off the APU. Turn off APU bleed, turn on the packs again, and you can hear the the air conditioning working. Taxi lights on, and it's time for the flight controls check. So full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, and the rudder here as well, all free and good to use. And now we set the no, the transponder I think is still has to set to standby, and we still have, what do we have here? Overhead. Okay, what's going on? What did I miss? I have no idea actually. Passenger oxygen on. Is this? No, it's set to normal. Overhead. Okay, good question. What is that? We can set flaps 5 already. Good question. Yeah, it must have been something with the passenger oxygen here, because everything else looks good, and it's just here about the passenger oxygen here. But the pressure here, actually looks good. So passenger oxygen on, yeah, but it should be on, shouldn't it? But I think that's the problem here. Let's move this here. Isolation valve auto. Okay, let's just leave it as it is. OFMC message, what do you want? Verify takeoff speeds. Okay. Gonna do that as well, thank you. Okay. So left is clear, we can start the clock. Release the parking brake and... Okay, no takeoff warning. Brake check. Brakes working. So let's see, for the departure, initial time clearance is 4,000 feet and no other restriction. Contact Luxembourg, approach immediately after takeoff. Okay. Initial turns are calculated upon 250 knots, bank angle 25 degrees. And expect close-in obstacles. Okay. We're now taxiing to runway 06 here. Let's see, flight controls check. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of Luxair and the entire crew, I would like to welcome you aboard this flight with service to Dublin. Unfortunately, we have a slight delay here of about 10 minutes as we had some problems during the boarding process. Nevertheless, we try our best to catch up once we're in the air. We have no traffic in front of us, so we can expect to have no delay for departure. And yeah, therefore, we would like you to sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and if you have any questions, then don't hesitate to ask our lovely cabin crew. Thank you. Generic, we have generic lengths, very short, 10 minutes. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of Luxair and the entire crew, I would like to welcome you aboard this flight with service to Dublin. Unfortunately, we have a slight delay here of about 10 minutes as we had some problems during the boarding process. Nevertheless, we try our best to catch up once we're in the air. We have no traffic in front of us, so we can expect to have no delay for departure. And yeah, therefore, we would like you to sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. And if you have any questions, then don't hesitate to ask all of the cabin crew. Thank you. So I still haven't found out what the overhead warning here is. I don't know. Like, I mean, I find some information about the master caution page, but I cannot find anything about overhead. So, yeah, that's right, Jeremy. That's right. That's absolutely right. So the problem, or the information I just found is equipment cooling off. No, it's on. Emergency exit lights not armed. They are armed. Flight recorders off. Passenger oxygen is on. Yeah, that's the problem. Passenger oxygen is on. How can I turn that off? That's the question I have. Okay. So well, I have no idea, so we just leave it as it is. I don't think it's a major mistake, so we just leave it. Okay, so taxi onto the runway here, transponder mode on. Yeah, exactly, there's just normal and on, and I don't know which one. Like a turn, I think I clicked it to on once I was testing stuff there, but the thing is that I don't know how to turn that off again. So landing lights on, runway turn off lights on. Position lights on.
Approaching 0, 6.
Okay, and we now on the auto throttle.
On runway 0, 6.
Landing lights and strobe lights are on. Engine start switches continues. Master caution. Recall we just have overhead. Okay, that's the passenger thing. There was no takeoff warning, so we are ready for departure. 40% N1. Stable and takeoff thrust. Why is there so much more? I have. Oh, I forgot that I still have FS Realistic, the demo version installed. That might be the thing why we are moving and vibrating and stuff. Totally forgot about that. Okay, rotate. Gear up. There we go. Well, thank you, Luke, although it was not that difficult, to be honest. And reducing climb thrust. Flaps 2. After takeoff, so engine mode is set to climb. Go down a little bit here. Packs are set to auto, landing gear is up and now off. And flaps are in. Set standard. After takeoff checklist is completed. I'm flying offline because last times I had some crashed desktops if I fly online for more than like 3 hours or so. And I'm not sure about what the problem is. I think it might be the online client. I'm not sure though, but I tried to figure out the problem without reinstalling the complete simulator. And so this time, or the next times, I will fly offline so that yeah, fuel lights coming on. Pushing LNAV now. And fuel is, by the way, the center tanks here because they are now empty. Yeah, maybe it was the client, although I think if it really was the client, then there should be some more people having the problem, but me. But yeah, well, I don't know. Passing now 10,000, so landing lights, come on, off, taxi lights off, engine mode selector normal, center tanks off, seatbelt signs back to auto. Actually departure delay by 10 minutes. VNAV on. Still in manual flight here. Getting back to the route. Well, the head movement of the FS Realistic is really, like, not weird, but you really have to get used to that. And there we go. Okay, so we can set the autopilot on. Seatbelt signs can now be turned off. We don't need them anymore. Let's double check if weather and time are real. Yes, they are. Although the weather engine could be a problem. I know that after Sim Update 5 or so, people used to use normal weather as long as they're not approaching or departing an airport. Because it used to create crashed desktops as well. So that would be the next try. Although the flight to Dublin today is not that long, just 1 hour 40. So I was online already way before that. So I think I'm in the simulator for about 2.5 hours now. So we will see. Well, the head movement here is really weird. I mean, I know that I can reduce it, but it is definitely very weird. And by the way, we wouldn't have any ATC anyway, except in Ireland. We would have Shannon control. So well, no, that's the FS Realistic part, which simulates the head tracking, and I think it feels quite good, but I think it's just a little bit too much. Let's see, ground roll, quick gear drag. No. There is no option I have to reduce that. What if I change it to 100? Is there a change? Oh, well. Disable it. Clear cockpit ambience? Okay, no. Flight G-forces. Ah, adding movements to pilot, so I can turn that to 100. Which is then quite much. I can disable it. Let's see. I disable this. I disable this. The funny thing is, I now disable G-forces, and I also disabled breathing, but stick shaker, stall buffet, speed brake drag, touchdown front, touchdown main, turbulence? Let's see, disable. Oh, it might be because of turbulences. Well, maybe, so reduce that as well. Okay, so nothing more I could do now, but I think it's better now. Turn off VOR1 and VOR2. I'll turn on the traffic, but actually we don't really need that. Yeah, I'm not sure if... Well, it's not basically turbulence, it's more like the normal typical wind movements. But you can change the settings, so you can change how... I don't know. Well, the menu point is called moving, so maybe how hard this movement is, or how much movement you want to have. And yeah, I just did it to like 10 or so right now, and I think that's okay. Yeah, I think so as well. Although according to the map we should have some turbulences here. I'm not sure if this is if these are clouds or, well, apparently here we don't have any clouds, but according to the Volanta map we have at least something going on around us. So that I think should be some turbulence here, indeed. So I might try to log in mid-air to VATSIM so we have a controller for the arrival and also some traffic, which just makes it somewhat more realistic, but if the controller is going offline, then I of course do not switch it on. And we now passed flight level 300 already. So we are soon at our cruising altitude. We can see optimum is even 380 almost. What we can have a look. What about flight level change here? Well, if we would go some flight level up, then we would save some fuel, of course, but we would also be a little bit slower. Let's check the wind. We're at Terla right now. So 340. Well, actually, there is not much difference in the route here, except winds are stronger. So I think flight level 340 is actually fine. And we're now passing Liège on the left side down here. This is Belgium, Liège. So if the simulator crashes today again, then I will remove all add-ons from my community folder, except the Phoenix, the PMDG, so basically the aircraft, and then I will just activate the airports where I want to fly to, and then I hopefully know exactly where the problem was, because if I then do a flight and suddenly it crashes and it didn't do that before, then I hope that I know what the problem was. Although it looks like it depends on the time I'm online, so yeah, I don't know. I also thought about the virtual memory, but this doesn't seem to be a problem. I don't know, we will see. And if not, then I have to reinstall the simulator completely. That's annoying, but well, wouldn't be any other possibility. So what is this reflection here? that looks a bit weird here, the reflection. Is this on the other side as well? Oh yeah, we have it up here. And also it's weird, like here you have the engine sound, while if you switch here you don't have it anymore. Same as here. So it is as if you don't have any engines. Weird. Luxembourg Airlines. Okay, I cannot do a screenshot anymore. That's weird. Why can I not do any screenshots here? Well, why can I not do a screenshot? There's always something going on. I have no idea why and what. Yeah, maybe it's because of the latest update I have done, because I updated my GeForce drivers. But in the menu, I can see that it would be possible to do, and everything else is also working. Okay, so if I go to picture mode, then it's working, apparently. But if I press the combination, the shortcut, then it's not. Okay. Well, in that case, I have to do it in a different way. But that's really weird. And by the way, we have now Brussels on the left side. I want to show you here. And down here's Brussels, Brussels Airport. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking. If you have a look on the left side out of the window, if you press your faces against the window, you can see the city of Brussels right below us. Unfortunately for the passengers on the right side, there's nothing for you to see, but I will inform you once we overfly London. Oh, and I just noticed that we overfly London on the north, so passengers on the right side won't see it again. They might be able to see Manchester later on, but yeah. Next one will be Ghent to the left. Let's see, progress page. Fuel at Dublin, 4.5. That's fine. That's really good. What I can do is also do the weather forecast for the descent. So we choose 310, we choose 200, and we choose 100. Okay. So flight level 286 at 66. Then we have 266 at 55. And then we have 242 at 32. And what else? Let's see what we have in Dublin. This takes quite long today to receive the meter. There we go. So we have a temperature of 21 degrees and QNH of 1020, so that's 211020. And transition level, that's a good question. Let me see the charts. Back save. Transition level will be set by ATC, of course. It's nothing new, but I want to see the transition. Oh, well, then I have to do it different. So Dublin, and then I'll check the departure chart here. 5,000. So transition level will be actually 60 row and execute. Okay, so we have the descending information inserted as well. Can go to the progress page here. We have 320 nautical miles, 390 nautical miles to go to Dublin. So we have 1 hour and 17 until we need to arrive where our expected arrival time is. Over there it should be London with Lambert VOR. Well, a little bit earlier of course, but that will be the point Lambert where we turn right and leave London on our left side. By the way, which runway can we expect? I think runway 16 then. Which wind do we have? 130 at 8. Well, we could land on runway 10 or we could land on runway 16. Whatever we prefer. Well, I think we're gonna take runway 16 then. It's really, I am all the time I'm afraid that the simulator crashes again. All the time. Because especially during the last stream to Mykonos, there was no, like, there was no sign that the simulator will crash soon. So I just switched from the inside view to the outside view and it's crashed. Don't know why. So basically that could happen any time again, and this is actually the biggest problem I have. Oops, sorry. And by the way, we are now, well, you did of course see it, but we just passed here the Dutch border, and we're now flying over the North Sea, over the North Sea, that's what I wanted to say, and heading towards England. Very bright here, but unfortunately PMDG didn't install any sunshades, not even up here, nothing. I mean, I don't know, maybe there are no sunshades in the real aircraft, but yeah, I don't know. That's something I really like about Phoenix, although I basically never use it. But at least I have the possibility to use it if the sun is, well, let's say not in my favor. The airport of Dublin, by the way, is at 242 feet elevation, so I set 250, that's fine here. 41 minutes into the flight now, so I'm almost online for about 2.5 hours. So, I will set now up the approach into runway 16 actually. Let me see what kind of approaches there are besides ILS and on-off. Dublin approach. ILS are lock RNP and VOR. Okay, so it's just a VOR DME. This one's VOR DME. I'll take the ILS, let's loop on, back to 1 kilo, and then we go, good question. Back to 1 kilo, Kirov transition, okay, there we go, okay. There we have our top of descent. Now the British coast should be inside. There we go. By the way, the controller is offline already. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think as well. The livery is very nice. That's why I wanted to fly a Luxair all the time, but I don't like the airport of Luxembourg. That's the problem. Because actually Luxair really have nice destinations. They fly all the major holiday destinations, like Palma de Mallorca, Canarias, Funchal, in well, basically Madeira, Greek islands, Thessaloniki, and Egypt and stuff like that. But I just don't like the airport of Luxembourg itself. Maybe because there is no good scenery for it. I don't know. Yeah, that's yeah. They just fly Boeing, that's true. So Jeremy, are you online tonight for the XA online day? I'm not sure. I thought I would be. I planned on, I don't know, controlling or flying. But... but a friend of mine called, and so maybe I will be not online tonight. I'm not sure yet, so that will be a spontaneous decision. Maybe I will show myself later on as I don't know, Vancouver or a center or something, but I'm not sure yet. Originally I planned to fly a little bit, maybe in British Columbia or so, but well, we will see. Not sure yet. By the way, we still have the overhead button illuminated. Yeah, we will see. Well, if you have time in a couple of days, then you should request a training right now. Because it will usually takes a couple of days until someone calls you, like reaches out to you, and then it takes another few days to set up a date, and yeah. Ah, okay, I understand. Well, that makes sense. I should try to fly real, like a real flight, without switching into external view, so maybe then I won't have a crash to desktop. So I'm online already for 85 minutes, and I am... online for a lot longer then. Now having a look onto Dover here. Canterbury. Like Dover is somewhere here, I think. Is there, can you see some like cliffs or so? No, not really. You know, I think that these are the cliffs here, so there should be Dover, I think. Let me check on the map. So we have this and then Dover. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that should be Dover over here with the harbour. And then you have Canterbury as well, which is here, I think. This should be Canterbury. At least I think so. Now, I always wanted to land in London City, but I do not have any aircraft which is doing a real flights there. So I might do a flight with an A320 into London City. Maybe, I'm not sure if there is a real-world flight with an A320 going into London City. I think A319 is the largest. Yeah, I could fly the CRJ, that's true. Yeah, maybe I will do that. I'm not sure. I didn't fly the CRJ for a very long time and I don't really like it, but... Well, but CRJ is CRT is definitely a possibility. So for the moment everything is running smooth. Maybe also the wing views are a problem. I mean, it could be as well. Because that's something which is not, I don't know. Well, on the other hand, they simulated the cabin, so why not use it, right? I don't know. Passenger oxygen on. I don't know. I don't know how to solve that problem. Passenger oxygen. Well, but if I turn it on and I leave it open, that's not normal. So I need to turn it to normal and close the cap. Flight recorder is working. Normal. I don't know. I don't know. Now we are passing Lambert here in a few seconds. Or actually a few minutes. Let's see if we can see London there. No, so... London is back there, I think. Let's show the airport data. Yeah, so we have Gatwick over here and Heathrow over here. Stansted on the right side. So I could inform the passengers now that if they have a look outside of the right-hand side window, they can see the airport of Stansted. But yeah, we have Gatwick somewhere around here. Is this London? No, this is not London City, is it? This is not London City. And also there seems to be there's some problem with the loading times here. Did you hear that sound problem? Well, let's just go back in the cockpit and wait for the crash. Our alternate, by the way, is Manchester, which we will also overfly in a few minutes. Yeah. There's the airport of Stansted. But I still don't know. Well, I think Gatwick is too far away. Even Heathrow's. Like, there's no. I think there is some problem with the loading files because the city of London is not really. Oh well, it is loaded. All the bridges here. And now we will pass London Luton. London Luton here on the left side. You can see that. You can see that here. This is London Luton, Echo Golf Golf Whiskey, which is down there. The airport of London Luton. And we still have 55 minutes to go. And we can check progress page here. We have 170 miles until we reach our top of descent, which refers to 14:55 Zulu. And we have 14, so in 25, exactly 25 minutes we will reach our top of descent. Yeah, and for me that means that I will be out of the cockpit for a few minutes, and I will be back shortly in about 10 or maybe 15 minutes. Left or right? Let's take the left wing view here. So see you in about 10 minutes. And I'm back. So let's see if we move the camera now, if it's... Okay, so far so good. Go back to the cockpit, so far so good. Go outside and... So far so good. We're now overflying the airport of East Midlands down here. Very nice scenery or landscape. Top of descent coming in. Still have 100 miles to go. What is nav status? Oh, okay. 1 hour 9 in the air, or off block. Can switch that to the descent checklist here. And I want to create a fix now. So let's see if this is working. Dublin, runway 16. Nope. Runway 16. Was it just 16? No. What was it? Runway 16. There we go. Okay, so and then we do a radial off. Let's see. Let me quickly have a look on the charts here. The ILS approach. Let's make it at about 4 miles. Because 4 miles... 4 miles will be the distance where I want to be at... No, that was wrong. 1 mile, 3.1, 4.1 mile. 1,000? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Forget about it. It is correct. And then let's make it 3.5. Let's make it 3. Yeah, that's better. So at 3 miles, the latest, I want to be fully configured. We have a decision height of 200, so we can set that already. Decision height of 200. $120, $130, $140, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90 and $200. And in case of a misapproach, we climb straight ahead to Delta Whiskey 007 to maximum of 3,000, then turn left to Kerov, climbing to 5,000 and join holding or as directed. So basically we why is that? Oh, I see. So that's basically what we do. We fly basically runway heading with a maximum of 230 knots to 3,000 maximum. And once we pass 6.4 DME from the ILS. Then we turn left to KRF and climb to 5,000. So 3,000 will actually be the missed approach altitude, or go around altitude. And I also thought about maybe Volanta is the problem. Why the simulator crashed, but that doesn't make a lot of sense actually. And we are flying the airport of Manchester very soon, where our top of descent will be according to our flight plan. Our FMC tells us it will be a little bit afterwards. So we can see here is Manchester, and the top of descent of the flight plan is actually right above the airport. Our top of descent is even behind Liverpool here. Liverpool is over here. And we have 600 kilograms of fuel what we can use, or 700 until we reach Dublin. And of course, as we are in the descent, then we don't need it. We don't need that much fuel there, of course. I don't know what the speed bug is doing. And we will be at Dublin at 15:21 Zulu here. So just half an hour now. So the airport of Manchester is now overflown. Next is Liverpool on the left side. And then we leave the British coast or the Welsh coast and head over to the Irish Sea. We would have a tower in Dublin actually. What does the tower tells us? Dublin Airport, Dublin Tower. So ILS approach, runway 28 left and use. Oh, I don't really understand that, especially with 9 knots. So But yeah, anyway. So now Liverpool will be on our left side, coming in a few seconds. Switch outside. There it is already, by the way. And Irish Sea in front of us. Belfast is over here. Echo Golf Alpha Alpha. Should be Belfast, I think. If I'm not mistaken. And slowly but steady we're getting closer to our top of descent here. Passing now the airport of Liverpool on the left side, somewhere back there. No, is this Liverpool? Wait a second. There is Liverpool. Just passing. Liverpool Airport. Liverpool John Lennon Airport. Can set the auto brakes. Do we take runway 16 or do we just take runway 28 left and 10 right? No, it's okay. Let's just take runway 16. Auto brakes 1. We don't need that much braking action. Because we need to vacate on the at the end of the runway anyway. So I think auto brakes 1 will be enough. There's a little island over here. Okay, so we have a look now on the descent checks. Just to be sure here. Okay, landing altitude is set. Recall button, we can check that. We still have the overhead master caution warning here. Auto brakes are set to 1. Landing data not yet verified. Flaps 30 landing. Wind correction +5, so we have a 139 approach speed. This is set as well. Minimums, we have set radio altimeter 200. Approach briefing is completed. There we go. progress page. 12 miles to top of descent. About 2 minutes left. I'd love to have weather radar. I can turn on terrain radar so we can have a look on the water here. 29 minutes, actually, until we need to touch down. Actually, what is if I change this into like 7 knots? Okay, nothing. Is there any change of anything? No. That's just for reference, isn't it? Yeah, I reset the MCP altitude. Down to, let's see if we have any restriction here. Back, so Keraf. We need to cross Keraf at 6,000 or above. So we can set here down 6,000. And let's see, Keraf is flight level 06 or above with 230 knots, that's correct. And then we fly the ILS approach from Keraf here, which means we fly a Ruda with 210 knots maximum. Then we have Bapta, where we have a platform altitude of 3,000 feet. And max 180 knots. That is correct and confirmed. Not that much clouds here. Let's see if... let's just get a new meter. Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, I would like to inform you that we have just started our descent into Dublin. We don't expect any delay for the arrival, so we will be landing on time. And for now I would like you to bring your seats and your tray tables in the upright position, and if you have any litter left, please hand it over to the cabin crew, which will now make their way to the aisles, through the aisles. At this point I would like to thank you for flying with Luxair today, and I hope to see you soon again on board of one of our aircraft. Thank you very much. Why is it vibrating? Can you see that on the stream? Oh no, now it's stopped. So this is our route left. Baxo is the point where our approach starts. Then we go to Keref, and from Keref we will fly the ILS approach through this waypoint here, and then onto the final to runway 16 here. By the way, the new meter arrived. We have winds with 140 at 9 knots, varying between 100 and 170 knots. Visibility is greater than 10 kilometers. Fuel clouds at 2,500. The ceiling is about 2,000 feet. Dear. And another ceiling is at flight level 220, 21 degrees, and QNH is 1019. No significant changes expected. So we will have a high ceiling here at flight level 220, which we will basically pass right now, and then we will be below the cloud layer during the approach. We can now turn on the seatbelt signs. So let's just hope we don't have a simulator crash here in the final again. Because to be honest, I don't want to reload. We have the drag required here, so let's do the speed brakes out. There we are, speed brakes out. Because we're reducing the speed now. Drags are still out, and we are slightly above our optimum descent path. That's why I leave the drags out, and you can see the vibrations here because of the drags. I don't know. I think it's a little bit speed brake drag movement. Let's reduce that a little bit more here. That's a little bit weird looking. And I can now do the speed brakes in again, because we need to be at Keref at flight level 60 or above, so basically that is no problem. We can also turn in now the QNH of 1019, set once, set twice, and set well 3 times. It will take a little bit. 117, 118, 119. Okay, and drags out again. Check descent here. Speed restriction will be 250 below 10,000. Keroff will be flight level 60 or above. Is this possible? No, it's not. Yeah, but okay, we're now on the profile. The aircraft wants us to be at 6,000 over Keroff. We don't have to be. So we just take it slow. Yeah, we're still perfectly on the descent path here, even though the drags are in. We are now even slightly below our optimum flight path. We now reduce the speed, so it's very likely that we have the information drag required very soon again. But that's no problem. And after that, we after Keroff, we continue our descent to 4,000 and then to, or actually I can type in 3,000 then already, because as we have the constraint in. There we go. No, that's, yeah. Okay. And we will soon reach the deceleration point here, these two green circles. The first one is beginning of the descent, and the second one is the end of the deceleration, not descent. Passing now flight level 100, so landing lights on. Engine mode selector, switch to flight. Auto brakes set to 1. Decision height is set. Master caution, we can recall we still have the overhead. Okay. Speed brake, we can... Come on. Arm. Missed approach altitude, of course, yet not set. Engine start switch is continuous. Not flight. That's what I meant originally. Okay, so descent checklist completed. Approach checklist. Altimeter 1019 is set to standby. And then we can continue down onto the landing checklist.
Final descent into Dublin. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any track one final time. Please ensure your table rests.
Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing.
Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat.
And we still have 13 minutes for our scheduled departure, arrival. Okay, so double check now. The ILS frequency is 111.5 on a course of 159, so we can set that as well. I don't think it's necessary, but 159, come on. 159 and no, here 111.5 is set here already. Okay, so 159 set on both sides very soon at least. Okay, 159 is set. And we can see here well, we do not yet have the ILS. Yeah, come on, track required. 111.5 on a course of 159, glide slope on. Okay, flaps 30 landing, that's good. Ireland. Oh, and I need to start my flight recorder. There we go, record. So I do not forget that. Speed brakes in. Are they still armed yet? No, now they are armed. Why is this red over here? I don't know. And why do I not have the ILS yet? Oh, it's... let's see. I know why. There we go. 111.5. And now we have it. IAC 159. Okay. Phew. Okay, so flaps 1. Speed check flaps 1. And you can see it's getting windy out here. Flaps 2, speed check flaps 2. Track required after butter. That's okay, that's okay. Flaps 5, speed check flaps 5. 1,000 to go. Set to flight mode. Passenger signs are on. Speed brakes are armed. I cannot zoom anymore. Okay. Okay, landing checklist. So, engine, okay, speed brakes armed. Next will be landing gear, so flaps 10 now. glide slope captured. No, I mean localizer captured. Turn on the approach and second autopilot. VOR lock, VNAV path. And we got the ELLX now. Flaps 15, speed check, flaps 15. There is the airport. Go around altitude is now set with the 3000 here. Glide slope captured. Turn off lights, taxi lights on. And we are stable. Very nice. Yeah. 2500. Radio altimeter is alive. Where was the altitude call out horn? Ground. We can ding the cabin, by the way. That was the altitude call out horn. Where is the gear? I pushed the button, but it's not working. Okay, anyway, gear down. It's because we were idle thrust and no gear down. Oh, the vibrations. Okay, let me see if I can reverse thrust toilet. Where is engine vibrations? Let's reduce that a little bit. I mean, that's totally weird here. Runway inside, by the way. So, flaps 25, speed check, flaps 25. Landing gear is down, 3 green. Flaps 30. Flaps 30 set, green light. Landing checklist completed. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. Seats for landing, please. Reducing the speed to final approach speed. Autopilot off. Manual flight. Wind's fine, but it looks like we're coming in a little bit too far to the left here.
Approaching 16.
Can't see the puppies yet, too much light. Okay, now I can. 1 red, 3 white. Is there snow on the left side? I cannot have a look, but it looks like it's snowy there.
Approaching minimums.
Landing. Whoops, there was a gust there.
100.
Long landing. Long landing.
20. 10.
Reverse thrust.
900 meters remaining. 600
Manual braking.
meters remaining.
Reverse thrust off. And vacating to the left. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you. Oh, hi, Trophy. Sorry, I didn't see your message there.
And it's currently about 20 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt
Well, that was landing in the last second there. Like, I don't know, 10 minutes longer and I would have had to go around. Okay, so set the parking brake for now. Landing lights off. And we turn off lights off. Strobe lights off. Start the APU. Engine mode selector normal. Parking brake released and taxi to the gate. Speed brake up, and also the flaps can come up here. Flight director off, flight director off. And we're going to the second terminal over here. APU is running up, that's fine. Yeah, we will see the wing view now in the replay in a second. Don't actually know where Luxair is parking, so I'm just taking here gate somewhere, this one here maybe. Or actually, we can also take this one here, 314, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so taxi light off. Come on, not just stand there, give me signs. Doesn't look like you're doing anything there. Okay, forget about it, you know what? Why are you standing there? Man. Okay, parking brake is set. APU generators on. Engine 1 off, engine 2 off. That's fine, APU bleed on. Turn on the pumps here. And let's call the jetway, shall we? Set wheel chops. Request ground power. And go for jetway. And call the jetway. Oh, that's working perfectly. I see that. Okay, it's telling me... oh, yeah, of course, I said jet. Stairs. Okay. I want to have jetway. No, 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 no. Okay. Jetway request. Ground power is now available. And now the jetway is coming in. Okay. And then we set passengers 0. I just don't know why, even if the jetway is connected, I cannot start the deboarding process. Anyway, I need to deboard the other passengers here. Seatbelts off. And now I have the same problem as usually. I cannot deboard the passengers. Flight phase is still taxiing in. So I have the parking brakes set, the engines are off, fuel pumps are off, seatbelt signs are off, engine ignition normal, lights are on. I have no idea why the passengers don't want to deboard. Maybe I have to call the jetway from this one here. Could you come back, please? Wow, look at the weather. We were really lucky here. Okay, so I hate that. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We'll be arriving shortly. Thank you again for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your stay.
Well, I have no idea. It's still taxiing in here. I don't know why I cannot tell them to deboard the plane. Seatbelt signs off. Okay, so in that case I just end it here. End the flight. No, I don't want to cancel it, I just want to end it. Let the passengers deboard. It's so hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your first officer speaking. We'll be arriving shortly.
I don't know.
Thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
I mean, I have the bridge connected. I have everything set up. I can just try it like this. But that would be totally weird if this is not working. Oh, and I can stop the recorder here. Stop recording. So we now let the second stairs come in, and if I then be not able to deboard the plane, so let's see. Okay, door is open. Next try to let the passengers deboard. Okay, anyway, end flight. Yes, I want to cancel it then. Close packs. Okay, so let's quickly restart the engines. By the way, how much fuel do we have? 4.2. Okay, so a little bit less than expected. Let's quickly start the engines and then have a look on the replay. Okay. Wait a second. Come on. Packs off. starting now. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, wheel chocks remove. They can disconnect. I don't care about that. And start engine number 2. Okay, so engine number 2 is running up. Start now engine number 1. Yeah, I need to turn on the lights here again. I cannot remember if I turned these lights on here. Let's see. Okay, like this, and engine number 1 is running up as well. Start valve is closed. Okay, and time for replay. Could you please take the gear in again? Apparently not. Okay, pause the replay and then just continue it until we are descending. Get down and you can hear the taxi lights. Pause. On. Resume. No. Yes. Okay. And let's see, I don't think flaps will be working. Or are they? They are! They are indeed working. So let's first have a look on the wing view here, and then later on have a look on the from the outside. And speed brakes armed.
Approaching 1-6.
$500. $400. That was a very late landing there.
Long landing. Long landing.
What a
900 meters remaining. 600 meters remaining.
Yay, applause for me. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, well, I took a gust there on the short final. That was basically the main problem.
Meters remaining.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I took a gust there, that was the main problem. And therefore, wow, look at the weather. We were just lucky. and it took me up a little bit. So you can see that here, I think. There you go. I was just about to correct a little bit and then the gust hit me. So that's why I had to descend a little faster. And now the flare, yeah, the flare was way too early here.
Long landing.
And this is the latest point we had to touch down, I think. No, this was the latest, so...
900 meters remaining. 600 meters remaining.
And I think, yeah, that was quite nice. Was quite nice. Was okay. So, at least for today, there was no problem with a crash to desktop. So, of course, I am just online for, I don't know, maybe, what does it say? 2 hours and 43. So it's not comparable to like 4 hours we had before when flying to Greece. But nevertheless, it worked out and I was finally able to complete another flight. And for the next time, yeah, well, I will see. I think we're gonna try it offline again. And maybe we do a flight to the Canaries, from Rotterdam to Tenerife South or something. Or I would also like to approach Madeira. So we will see. Maybe that will be our next flight, which is then of course a little bit longer. And yeah, as I said, I might do it offline again and then check if it's working or not, so that I know if it's maybe a problem of the online client, or maybe it could also be a problem of the area of Croatia. I have some freeware scenery installed, so that could be a problem as well. I'm not sure about that. However, that was the stream for today. Thank you guys for coming in and joining me on today's flight. I know it was a little bit spontaneous, but yeah, I'm still happy that you guys made it. And if you have watched the video afterwards, then if you haven't done so, leave a like and maybe a subscription. So you don't miss any other new video. Yeah, I see you guys next time, maybe tomorrow evening, or then no, tomorrow is bad, then I think the next one will be Saturday. No, Saturday is bad as well, forget about it. Sunday. I think Sunday is the only chance for me, and then within Wednesday next week I will be on holiday for 2 weeks, so there will be no live stream during that time. Where's my front wheel? I have no front wheel. Funny. Every time something new. Yeah, I know, I'm too busy, I know. Anyway, okay, that's from my side. Have a great weekend, and we see each other hopefully on Sunday. And Jeremy, I'm in Egypt for 10 days. So yeah, see you guys on Sunday. Bye bye.